Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first Vampire the Requiem, our Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines stream. This has obviously got the Clan Quest mod installed. It's also, and what Clan Quest does is it bundles a couple of mods together that restores content that was intended for the original game but was cut. And also it's got the ERB mod installed for better visuals, and a post-processing mod for the same reason. Of course, there's only so much you can do with a game that's literally 18 years old, and it's definitely showing its age, but it still has a dedicated fan base. The guy who does the unofficial mod and the Clan Quest mod has been at it for 10 years already. So, I'm your host, Iron Dragon. Now, here's the thing here. You've got two options. You can either answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you'd like to play and let the game decide what clan you get based on that, or you can just go directly to the character sheet and set the clan attributes and abilities yourself. I'm going to show you a way you can cheat, by the way. But I am going to ask the chat what clan they think I should play as. Keep in mind, Malkavian is kind of fun, but at the same time, they're also sort of a walking spoiler, because they sort of have insight into what's going to happen later in the game. So, you've got the Bruja, the Gangrel, the Malkavian, the Nosferatu, the Toreador, the Tremere, and the Ventru. Now, I mean, if you guys are okay with Malkavian, I'll do Malkavian. I was personally thinking of a more combat-ready character, like maybe a Bruja, and then make him an academic type to change their... or an infomercial huckster. See, history is something else that was planned for the original game. In fact, this is in the original game. It's just dummied out, and you can reactivate it by setting a flag. But this changes his attributes. Instead of physical, social, mental, it changes it to social, physical, mental. Now, I have no idea whether it actually changes the priorities in the auto level list, but and some of these actually change other things. Like, for instance, dropped as a baby, you have an amazing resilience to punishment. And take a look, you start with stamina 3 right off the bat. But it costs more experience to raise any mental attributes. Or Glass Eye, you can never raise your perception above 3, but you start with 2 free dots in intimidation. Or All-Star Athlete, which gives you a bonus to strength. Gives you a bonus dot in strength, but your intelligence can't go above 4. That kind of thing. And there are some specifically for either gender. For example, only a female Bruja can be a quickling or a purveyor of vice or a voyeur website model, which kind of does the same thing as an infomercial huckster. All it does is change the priority of the attributes. They just change the name on it. There are a few cases where the other ones, where the female versions are different. Say, for example, if you go with Malkavians, let's see if there's one in here. Yeah, Woman's Prison Guard. Again, it's just a priority order change. Ninja, which is kind of close to having a character that's more combat ready. You can't raise firearms ever. You can still use them, But firearms can never be raised above 0, as guns are anathema to your code of the silent killer. Ducks too. Ducks are anathema. But yes, there are some cases where they are different. Like if you go Ventru, you've got Southern Debutante, Dominatrix, whereas males have Megalomaniacs and Corporate Schmo. So I guess it's up to you guys. If you don't have any problem with Malkavian, that's what I'll go with. Matter of fact, I've been playtesting with the Malkavian to make sure that I remember all the quests from the original game. Oh, and another thing that you may notice, I do have, well, I can't get to it in here, but I do have the console enabled because there's still bugs in the game. There's one or two places where you can literally get stuck in the scenery. So I have the console activated so I can use the no-clip cheat to get out of it if something like that happens. Just giving you fair warning. Having the console turned on does give you access to cheats. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use them, except for no-clip. Okay, so, well, make it a male. Let's see what background. By the way, here's the different histories for the male Malkavian. Cut rate party clown. It was just supposed to be until you put things back together after Evelyn left you. Here it is 3 years and 3,246 scotches later. Somehow you've kept this gig going without one repeat customer. Truly, America is the greatest nation on earth. Swap the priority order to physical, mental, social. Nutty Weathermane. Your inane banter and masterful use of the awkward segue was the toast of Bumblefuck, Illinois. So you took it to the big leagues, and wouldn't you know it, first skank you pick up at an airport bar goes and kills you. Swap the priority order to social, physical, mental. Long and Littlefoot. Don't help me. Your dual deformities make life difficult, but you're one of those hard luck, triumph in the face of adversity stories that people gobble up. Your dexterity is limited to 1 dot, which means if you're wearing armor, you're going to have 0 dexterity. But you start with an extra point in humanity, charisma, and wits. In fact, you can see up there humanity 8. I'm not sure if that's the default or not. No, it is. For Long and Littlefoot, it does show you the change to humanity. And an extra dot in charisma and an extra dot in wits isn't necessarily bad, but that dex of 1 hurts. Burnout. Well, you can never raise wits above 3, but you're less prone to frenzy. Science has yet to prove the link between marijuana and decreased mental capacity. You say you've always been a little slow, but that's just because you're so mellow. Ninja, I've already mentioned. Extra point in brawl, extra point in melee, can't increase firearms. Doomseer. The paralyzing fear of eternal death has an iron grip on you. Doom is just around the corner for you, for everyone, you just know it. And you lack faith in your vampiric abilities. You don't trust Obfuscate to work, and therefore cannot maintain the effect for very long. Obfuscate has a shorter duration than normal. You are constantly on the lookout for danger, however, and can maintain Auspex longer. Completely batshit. The curse of Clan Malkavian burns white hot in your veins. You are a brimming cauldron of lunacy. The effects of dementation are greater and last longer, but you must spend more experience to raise your obfuscate. Subtly insane. Your insanity does not hinder your ability to interact with others too greatly. At first glance, most wouldn't even second guess your mental stability. Your unique form of dementia flares up more easily when provoked in combat, but you can't ever raise your dodge above 3. Also, it raises your inspection, so you're more apt to see concealed objects. Occult Nut. You gain a bonus to scholarship and earning experience. What that works out as is every time you gain 3 or more experience points, you gain a bonus XP. And this does stack with an artifact that you find later in the game. So all of a sudden you're getting 2 XP bonus every time you get more than 3. And you get a +1 to persuasion because of your bonus dot in scholarship. I really don't know what it means about people's reaction to you being lowered. Or deaf. You start with humanity 8. You do not wish to be presumptuous, but you have a feeling that Lady Luck smiles upon you. And again, that just increases your inspection. So, what do you think? Witch history, or just go with none? Any suggestions? I'm waiting to see what history you think I should take. I'm not fond of Doomseer because the default auto level scheme doesn't let them raise their stealth very high. So you're relying on Obfuscate to have to be able to sneak around. Well, you can do that too, but most of them are the same except for Women's Prison Guard and Ex-Gymnast Stripper, at least for the Malkavians. Oh, what the heck. Why don't we find out what the occult nut is all about? Now, like I said, because they start with that free dot in scholarship, which is really useful early on. Now, like I said, I am going to show you a way to cheat. You notice I can spend 1 dot in social attributes and 2 dots in mental attributes, 1 dot in talents, 2 dots in skills, and 3 dots in knowledges, and 1 in disciplines. Here's the fun thing. We'll go ahead and auto-spend our points, but then we'll go back to base and change our history and go back to our sheet, and we can now spend 1 point in social, 2 points in mental, 1 point in talents, 2 points in skills, 3 points in knowledges, but we still have all the dots that we already allocated. So if you click auto spend points, it'll just come back to this, so you have to manually and then we can cancel again, and then we can go back to base, change it back to subtly insane or occult nut, go back to the sheet, and hey, all my points are back. That's one of the bugs that they've never been able to fix. If you wanted to, and wanted to do enough back and forth and experimentation, you could actually have a character start out with 5 in everything. I'm not going to do that, but you could do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to cancel to reset it. And go with the occult nut. Besides which, the bonus XP helps. You haven't missed much, Dairuger. We're still in character creation. Also, thanks for coming. I appreciate your support. No, I was just showing them the bug regarding the character creation scheme, so not a big problem here. We've decided to go with the Malkavian for this run. Her bra hanging there on the lamp. Considering how much she jiggles, I'm not entirely convinced she wears a bra. So I'm not sure how that got there. Oh, I will give another warning. It is the world of darkness, and there are places where it's going to be very, very dark, even with the gamma turned all the way up.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Well, yeah, Mary, aside from the fact that he's obviously a unit, as the saying goes, but also...
Your sire. Tragic. My apologies.
Well, yeah, there
But
is
you
that
see,
sword.
There is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
He does, but he's actually something else.
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, this is probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
The Reign of Ages plots again to wash away Revelation.
What? Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked.
Who is the stark demon I see before me?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
I shall undertake your dark tutelage.
All right. Why don't we, step out back here?
I am where I am, and that's not in the theater of death.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
About what beverage do you babble?
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
Sweet like a prom date?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
How do I do this dread deed?
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Will he then carry this curse in his veins?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
I go to drain the luscious liquid. This is your blood pool. Blood is the fuel for your vampiric powers or disciplines. When your blood pool is low, you need to refill it. Humans are an abundant source of blood in most areas of the game. One is in the alley around the corner. Feeding on humans fills your blood pool. To feed, approach your victim and press the feed key when you are close. It is important that humans do not see you feed on other humans. Once you've begun feeding on your victim, you'll see this bar appear. This represents your victim's blood pool. You should stop feeding before emptying his blood pool and killing him. Press feed again to stop feeding.
Feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
So spooky, and when do I choose the color of my cape?
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Tell me this tale.
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
My lifeline will go on forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Like a bad sunburn.
Okay, now. The fuck is this? Look, you get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up with it.
At the bottom of your screen is the use icon. This icon appears when you're able to use the object in front of you. Well, duh. Press the use key to use the object that it indicates. The use icon is context sensitive. That is, it'll look different depending on the object you can use. In this case, a door that can be opened.
Just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
Press the jump key to jump. Well, duh. Jump onto the boxes against the wall and up to the walkway above. Feats are the combinations of your various abilities and attributes. The higher your feat scores, the better you are at the activities they influence. Inspection is a feat. It is the combination of perception and investigation. It allows you to see hidden and secret things, for example, the lockpicks on the crate in front of you. You can find your feats on the right-hand side of your character sheet. You can pick up certain objects in the world. If you are able to pick up an object, you will see a use icon appear for it when you are close enough and the crosshairs in the center of your screen are over it. Press the use key to pick up the lockpick.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabat raid. Sabat? They're, Christ knows hoping to spare you this shit till later. Sabat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
Where does this path lead?
Sabat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell with a little heat on the new prince.
Tell me of the Jester Prince.
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
If not the sword?
Shh. Heads up. Back away. Dumb, frenzied Sabat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I shall invade this orifice. To access your quest log, press the quest log key. The quest log contains information about your quests, as well as any notes and instructions you will need to complete them. When a door is locked, you will see the use icon. Lockpicking, a combination of dexterity and security, is a feat that helps you to open locked doors with a lockpick. When you see this icon, press the use key to try to lockpick it. Once you have begun lockpicking, you will see this bar. It represents the time needed to pick the lock. If the value of your lockpicking feat is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the lock, you will be able to pick it. Lockpicking succeeded at lock difficulty of 1. Someone needs to replace their lock. Someone needs to replace their window, too, apparently.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
My halo was terribly tarnished.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Why need we hide our nature?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
My eyes are beginning to open.
Keep our secret secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
My mind is beginning to cloud. Shine a light and explain.
That party back there with the guy in the suit, the killer gorilla, the assholes that put your sire to death, that's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
These Camarilla are my comrades?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
My minds have many opinions.
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Paint me a picture.
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I shall seek this key. Area indicator. The icon indicates you're in a combat area. Combat, anything goes. Masquerade, respect the masquerade. Elysium, vampire neutral ground. No combat or disciplines are allowed, except blood buff while lockpicking. In masquerade areas, breaking the masquerade can carry dire consequences, such as the attention of vampire hunters. After 5 masquerade violations, your game is over. Well, that's not entirely true, because you can get a masquerade redemption. Your current number of violations is displayed in the upper right corner of your character sheet. When you can read a note, you will see this use icon. Readable notes can be various items like clipboards, newspapers, and letters. To read the note, press the use key. To return to the game after reading the note, press it again. Password, Chop Shop. Typical dumbass posts their... When you can use a computer, you will see this use icon. Computers are helpful in solving quests. They can hold information like emails and files, as well as control various electronic devices. Each computer will have a list of menus and commands you can use. Many menus and commands will be password protected. Hacking, a combination of wits and computer, is a feat that allows you to hack into password protected items. You will be prompted to press Ctrl-C to attempt your hacking feat. If the value of your hacking feat is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the encryption, you will be successful. Coincidentally, you notice that the text here appears kind of purple or green. It's based on the old Apple II. If you had it connected to a composite monitor, you would get the same kind of color scheme where it wouldn't look quite white, because the Apple was kind of strange when it came to color. Essentially, it only really had 6 colors, including 2 shades of black and 2 shades of white. And certain colors, like purple, could only be drawn on every odd-numbered column, and the green color could only be drawn on every even-numbered column. And so the weird colors was composite artifacting. When you approach a container, you will see this icon. Press the use key to open it. If it's locked, you can try to open it with your lockpick. Once opened, your inventory appears on the left side of the screen, and the container's contents are on the right. Yes, it is. I did warn them that the Malkavian is essentially a walking spoiler. And the Whispers are, too.
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
I usually can't hear the Malkavian Whispers well enough to actually hear what they're saying, but... Too bad you can't pick up that Uzi and get a free weapon. You've been wounded by the Sabbat. This blue bar represents your current health. As you sustain regular damage, it will turn black. If your health is completely depleted, you suffer final death and the game's over. Your health regenerates over time. When you're feeding, your health regenerates faster. If your health bar begins to turn yellow, it means you've sustained aggravated damage. Certain hazards like fire and supernatural attacks cause aggravated damage. This takes much longer to heal than regular damage. Well, not that much longer if you're using blood, but if you're not, it does regenerate more slowly.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat Vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
Does blood have vintage and bouquet?
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
The thirsty rarely avoid an oasis.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
What if I drain him dry?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
Yes, the dark beast coiled beneath the surface.
The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
What if a human tries to harm me?
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
Drain, skin, bash, and dash.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Such lines divide this world from the last.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Aye, aye. Remember, you want to avoid draining your victims. Draining innocent humans will give you a penalty to your humanity. The lower your humanity, the closer you get to the beast. If your humanity gets too low, you will begin to lose control of your character. This is known as frenzying and may result in a masquerade violation if you're around humans. Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing. Ugh, his neck tasted like your breath smells.
Well, give it a try.
I need to floss the flannel from my fangs. Rats can be fed upon to gain a single blood point. You will find some rats at the other end of the alley near the yellow windows. Killing rats has no impact on your humanity score, but humans do not react well when they see live rats being sucked on.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
Etiquette demands they pass the salt for my rodent feast.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Only one?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Where shall I sneak?
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows. And don't let him see you.
Now you see me, then you don't.
All right, go.
Gone. Sneaking, a combination of dexterity and stealth, is a feat that allows you to move among your victims and enemies without being detected. You must be crouched to sneak. You can crouch by pressing the crouch key. This meter to the left indicates the proximity of your enemies and their chances of detecting you if they're looking your way. Green means you're completely safe, yellow means you might be seen, and red means they will see you if they look in your direction. An enemy's chance of detecting you is directly tied to your sneaking feat. If you are detected, your enemies will often say as much and come to investigate. Now this guy is particularly unobservant. Just come over here. He'll start to move to the right. Wait for the explosion. And turn the corner.
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry. He's probably greener than you.
How can you see his shade from here?
The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
My own green paint is still fairly fresh.
He's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
Ashes to ashes, dust to
He
dust.
is the vampire, so be ready.
Vampire or no, he
Go
meets
get
his
him.
maker. Getting. To engage in unarmed combat, you need to equip your fists and then attack. To equip your fists, press the melee weapons key until your fists icon is highlighted, and then click the left mouse button. Pressing the attack key initiates your attack. Your unarmed combat feat is a combination of strength and brawl. It directly affects your success in unarmed combat. There are different attacks depending on what direction you're moving when you initiate the attack. Try different combinations of moving and attacking in the upcoming battle. You can also block your enemy's attacks by pressing and holding the attack mode key. To put your fists away, press the holster weapon key. You have just picked up a tire iron. To equip this weapon, press the melee weapons key until the tire iron icon is highlighted in your melee weapon inventory list, then click left mouse. Pressing the attack key will initiate an attack. This icon indicates the weapon you currently have equipped. For ranged weapons, there are numbers indicating your reserve of ammunition. Later on in the game, you'll find armor to protect yourself. Equip it in the same way as the weapons by pressing the armor key until the armor is highlighted and then clicking left mouse.
That's that. Sounds like you got another pack moving in, though. The Sabbat are going all out. You better head underground, avoid stray bullets.
This plan is fine to me.
All right, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Combat is not the only solution for sticky situations. You can also use feats and disciplines in dialogue. When you're able to do this, your responses will show up in different colors, and when using higher resolutions, different fonts indicated below. Red indicates a dementation response and the blood cost. Blue indicates a persuasion response. Purple indicates a seduction response. I don't know, that's either purple or pink. The green one indicates an intimidation response.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance. Now, who the hell are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
What's interesting to me is that regardless of what gender you are, you can try to seduce them. Fearful men make me hot all over. My compliments. Not going to do that, but I did nothing, but the good guys will bring the bad guys down here.
No. Well, I left my radio in a Caprice anyway.
So can we go now?
Yeah, okay. Alright. This way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
Follow me not if you want to live. You notice the humanity gained. That's because I told him to stay back. If he goes with you, he will die. When you are in position to perform a stealth kill, you will see this icon. Stealth kills have the advantage of being silent. To perform a stealth kill, equip your fists or a melee weapon, crouch and sneak up behind your victim until you see the stealth kill icon, then press the use key, or when you are on higher stealth levels, the attack key.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
More fun then. Disciplines are your vampiric powers and cost a certain amount of blood from your blood pool to activate. An innate ability common to all vampires is Blood Heal, which heals you. This icon indicates the power you currently have selected. There are two kinds of disciplines: passive disciplines that directly affect you, and targeted disciplines that directly affect your enemies. Blood Buff is another ability common to all vampires. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Blood Buff and use the power key to activate it. Blood Buff gives you a temporary bonus to all your physical attributes. It is useful in a variety of situations, like picking a lock that would otherwise be too difficult. In Elysium areas, you can use Blood Buff while picking a lock only. Lockpicking succeeded at lock difficulty of 2. Malkavians have 3 unique disciplines: Auspex, second sight that allows you to see the auras of others; Dementation, the mystical ability to cause visions and madness; Obfuscate, vampiric invisibility. Essentially, it wants me to use Auspex, so I will.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
Till our next encounter at the
Meet you
elevator.
there. Don't let them catch you.
I'll do the fishing. Obfuscate is the power of invisibility. You must be out of sight when you activate the discipline. With level 1 to Obfuscate, you have to be crouched and motionless to stay invisible. Dementation is the power causing visions and madness in others. Dementation is a targeted discipline. The effect and its length varies with level. Use of Dementation is not a Masquerade violation. There are 2 guards up ahead. Use Dementation to incapacitate and kill them. You have level 2 Dementation, known as Mass Hallucination. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Mass Hallucination, move nearer the guards, and use the power key to activate the discipline. Mass Hallucination is area of effect. Both guards, being fairly close together, will suffer penalties in their combat abilities. Equip your tire iron and kill them. When you can pick up an object and throw it, you will see this use icon. To pick up an object, press the use key. To throw it, press the attack key. Thrown objects make noise and can be used to distract enemies. There is a Sabbat vampire up ahead guarding the exit. Crouch, find an object you can pick up and throw it away from the guard to distract him. Once he is away from the exit, sneak through the room and leave.
God
fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
Do we lick these locals?
Yeah, they probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human.
These kinds of peas are undoubtedly deadly.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
Firearms sound foolish and feeble.
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I'll make sure to bypass any boomsticks.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
I will do this deed. You have just been given a 38 revolver. To equip the 38, press the ranged weapons key until the revolver icon is highlighted, and then left-click. To fire, press the attack key. Some weapons, but not the 38, have an alternate firing mode, such as automatic fire. Press the attack mode key to toggle it. Ranged combat, a combination of perception and firearms, is a feat that affects how well you shoot a gun. When you equip a gun, you will see the ranged combat cursor. Its spread and the speed at which it focuses is a direct result of your ranged combat feat. There are some bottles on a crate at the end of the hall. Aim your cursor, wait for it to fully focus, and use the attack key to fire the gun. I'm going to cheat real quick here, or I'm going to try to show you a cheat here. I'm not sure if this is the exact point at which it works. But I think...
Go on up. I'll meet you.
Yeah. 612.
Go on up. I'll meet you.
Okay, this is not the point at which this works.
Go on up. I'll meet you.
It's later. And it wants me to do this anyway. Get an extra free blood point or two. If you're playing as an Nosferatu, rats are just about the only way you can get blood. Or no, you get double blood. 2 blood points instead of 1 from rats. And...
Hey, stop, man!
And if you're playing as the Ventru, you get no blood points from rats. Now this might be the place at which it works.
Kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
Surely this blood drama
Until
continues.
the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on and so on and so on.
These are the nightly battles of this ancient game?
Well, to be honest, we came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
Hell is my eternal madness.
Oh, boy. Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out.
We will now take your boomstick.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Okay, they must have actually fixed that in the mod, because the thing is, back when he gives you that 38, you can talk to him and you get more bullets. Then you talk to him again and you get more bullets. And you just do that until you're maxed out. You can carry 120 rounds of 38. It's a great way to get free bullets because they're normally, by default, it's like $11 for 6. And welcome to our initial haven. Not much to look at. 3 blood packs in the fridge. A watch behind the toilet. A pill bottle in the quote-unquote medicine cabinet. An invitation from Maximilian Strauss, the Tremere Regent. At your convenience, please come and visit me in my home downtown. I leave you this to guide you. Dark blood, our curse, a light this verse. Such power I sense in one so young. Come find me where burns the mystical sun. A note from Mercurio. Hey, the password for your computer is sunrise. Keep the cash in the drawer. It's yours. I dropped you an email with my address. Come on over after you get settled. $100 from Mercurio. And our computer. A reminder from LaCroix. Mercurio will contact you when you arrive in Santa Monica. Waste no time meeting with him. SL. Subject. Dang, it's big, you know. From hung low at trojanbotnet.vtm. Penis enlargement. Watch the girls come running. Call today. 1-800-555-STICK. Subject. Kilpatrick's crime pewter. From Arthur at dirtcheapinternet.vtm. Looking for that lazy-ass ex-husband who's late on his alimony? How about that jerk who knocked you up? Look no further. With Arthur Kilpatrick's amazing crime pewter, you can find almost anyone with just a record. And these days, that's just about everyone. So come on down to Arthur Kilpatrick's bail bonds. If you've got the deadbeat, we've got the technology to find him. Subject. Welcome from Mercurio. Hey, welcome to town. Come on over to my place once you get situated, and we'll talk about what you'll need to get the job done. I'm going to pick up explosives right now, some Astrolite. I should be back by the time you come over. I'm at 24 Main Street in number 4. Walk to the end of the alley, and my building is the next one on the right. M. The subject, the opening, from a friend. The game begins. A pawn is moved. Oh, and by the way, take a look at your account name. Email for Suckhead. Well, that's all we can do here for now, other than turn on the TV.
Be alive after his car crashed into the gate at Parasite Studios earlier tonight. Witnesses
Or listen
say
to
that
music.
They were shocked when the Negative Zero star emerged unscathed and apparently unfazed by his high-speed accident. Rivers' agent released a statement stating that Rivers' crash was due to a mechanical problem and that the studio is not pursuing legal action against Rivers for the trademark gate's destruction. Miraculously, this is the second crash Rivers has escaped unharmed in the last year. A massive gelatinous creature that washed up on the beaches of Providence, Rhode Island, has scientists scratching their heads. Found by a jogger early on Tuesday morning who says he smelled it a mile away, the mystery creature is thought to be some form of giant octopus, though marine biologists that have examined the monster have commented that they have never seen anything like it in the cephalopod family before. They speculate that it could be from a yet undiscovered family of sea creatures. A massive gelatinous creature that washed up on the beaches of Providence, Rhode Island, has scientists scratching their heads. Found by a jogger early on Tuesday morning who says he smelled it a mile away, the mystery creature is thought to be some form of giant octopus, though marine biologists
Gonna show you something here.
that have examined the monster have commented that they have never seen anything like it in the cephalopod family before.
If you leave the skybox... Hello, newscaster. and if you come around behind him, he's not even completely rendered behind his desk. It only renders his arms and torso from the front.
The Elizabeth Dane. No word as of yet as to the whereabouts of the crew, though the Coast Guard are asking any ships that had contact with the Elizabeth Dane to assist them in their search. We'll have more on this story as it breaks. A massive gelatinous...
Carnival of Death. Gruesome remains found on the pier. Police baffled.
Dry the corpse in the oven with peppers and fur.
Dry the corpse in the oven with peppers and fur. Okay. That one I actually heard pretty clearly. Now, there used to be a book right in there that increased your dodge by 1, but the patch moves it. Or, well, the mod that I'm using moves it to the hotel, so you get it later.
You got some change, mister?
Here, let me put some fortune in your misfortune.
Nice. Thank you.
Gave him $10, got a point of humanity.
Need something, pal? Oh, man, wait! Say that again!
That wasn't me. It was one of the other voices in my head.
Oh, man, you're a vampire, aren't you?
How did you see my bloody little
Hell
secret?
yeah! Oh, man, I knew it! Oh, jeez, I knew you were, I just could tell, oh, man, this is great! And I saw your teeth, and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, man.
Are you also Knight's Child?
I'm a ghoul. I didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago, when this guy just appeared and, well, all of a sudden, BAM! Whoa, man! Vampires are real and right there in front of my eyes. Blew my goddamn mind.
Ghoulish is as ghoulish... Wait, what is a ghoul?
Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood, the human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. Then they're a ghoul and ooh, watch out.
What creature spawned you, Golden Ghoul?
Oh man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires. Oh man, well, other than my master. So I thought I'd just say, what's up?
What occupies the Golden Ghoul's time?
Look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey, it's been great talking to you, man, but I better be going. Oh, man, important stuff to do.
I have vacated the building. Seymour's Coffee Shop is moving into a new location on the main boulevard in Hollywood. Dear customers, please visit us there soon. We'll be coming back to the coffee shop later. I know it's LA. I just find it amusing that not a single person bothers to comment on the shirtless guy with the spiky hairdo walking down the street. Then again, they don't say anything about the hooker with the side ponytail, the underboob, and the hot pants, so...
Those mothers ripped me off. I'm dying here.
Are you the fleet-footed god?
Mercurio, if that's what you mean. Oh, shit, you're a Malkavian, aren't you? Damn, that's the last thing I need. I'm bleeding all over the carpet. I can't even understand what the hell you're saying.
You need only open your eyes. Now tell me your tale.
What is this lump? Is this my rib? Oh, holy shit, my rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me.
Hippocrates is not my forefather. Who broke you, Mercury?
Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in L.A. I verified him. Organizations seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of these guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks. Hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kick in it. I never should have gone alone. Amateur move. I should have handled those pricks. Goddamn dirty Cali rat bastards. Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff. I had to crawl to my car, crawl my ass up here. The vamp blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the money, they got the astrolite.
Where are the demons who... Of what blood do you speak?
Right, you're straight off the bus. Once a month I get fed vampire blood. Heals me faster, makes me stronger than a normal human. I don't age. By looking at me, you wouldn't realize it, but I'm almost 60.
Where do I get the boom boom?
Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. 4 or 5 of them. And one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick.
Mercury is not so fleet. Well, let's see. Tell me where my feet must travel.
In the pool in my own blood, and you want friggin' directions. Right, all right. Down the street, in the parking garage, stairs down to the beach. On the right. Those better not be some of my last words.
I see, so I must become like the wayward whale and hit the
Gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I want to kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know.
I'll get the boom boom and your gold, Mercury.
One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
Can I do something to stop your flesh from screaming?
Yeah, if you could... Oh, something just started leaking. I need something for the pain.
I shall return with some numbness, Mercury. Which does remind me. Actually, oh, okay. Well, the reason... Normally, I leave auto level off at first, because the first thing I do is make sure I put a dot in scholarship, because there's a couple of books that increase some of your skills that you can't read unless your research total is 2. And then some later books have a research requirement of 5 or 6. But these initial books, there's one that increases firearms by a dot, there's one that increases computer by a dot, there's one that increases dodge by a dot that you find in the hotel. They require you to have research 2. So usually I put my first dot into scholarship before turning on auto level. Since I already have the first dot in scholarship, it's not that important. But there's a couple of side quests that I can trigger before going off to the beach. Oh hey, you want to stop and pee? I want to stop and feed.
takes us closer to the time of judgment. Time of judgment gets closer every second.
Oh, no problem, Mary. I didn't even notice.
Hello, L.A. You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you? Hope you've slipped into something comfortable, I know.
Welcome to Kilpatrick 24-hour bail bonds. My name's Arthur Kilpatrick. How can I help you?
Are you the keymaster?
Huh? Oh, I see what you're yapping about. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Keymaster, huh? Might be worth trying. Arthur Kilpatrick, the Santa Monica Keymaster. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds kind of like a bad horror movie.
Do you alone hold the keys?
I gotta have a few other bondsmen to keep the place open 24 hours, plus a bounty hunter. I pull the graveyard shift because that's when all the crazy shit happens in Santa Monica.
Is the lady by the sea so diseased?
You mean Santa Monica? You sure got a strange way of saying things. This old burg has gone downhill in the past few years, if you ask me. Lots of shady types moving in, which ain't bad for business, you know what I mean?
The lady's beauty has faded?
Hell yeah, I ain't complaining. I'm in a good position to watch it all just slide right down the tubes, you know what I mean?
Do some try to slide down the tubes without paying for your keys?
You talking about bail jumpers? Yeah. As a matter of fact, we got plenty of those. That's why I got a bounty hunter for.
My hunting bounties sounds exciting.
You betcha. I used to do some bounty hunting myself back in the day. Takes a solid set of brass balls to make a good bounty hunter, I'll tell you that much.
Does your hunter have good balls of brass?
Yep, damn good. His name's Carson, and he's great at what he does when he wants to do it. I can't seem to find him now, though. He's pissing me off, to be honest. I need him to go find someone.
I'm sorry, I just can't read that line without giggling. Does your hunter have good balls of brass? I mean, come on. Maybe you need to find a different set of brass balls.
Well, I don't feel right cutting Carson loose just yet. We go way back. I knew his father, too. Tell you what, since I'm stuck here, why don't you go look for him? Just real quick. I'll pay you for your time.
I will happily hunt the hunting one.
Great, great. I suppose the first place you should look is his apartment in Santa Monica Suites. Apartment 1, I think it is. Maybe you'll find something there to let you know where he's got himself to. Here's a key card. That'll let you in.
I'll bring him back, my jolly little jailbreaker.
Thank you, Gomez, and that concludes the news portion of the show. Well, this girl's...
The cold and oily pits of the damned!
That's one side quest triggered. And now I can come back to this building. But instead of going over there, I'm going over here. Take that ring. Can always sell it for good money. Take that book. Now this book is normally in the pawn shop, but there's a bug related to it in the sense that you can go in, you can read this book to get a dot in firearms, and then you can walk out and right back in again, and if you've got the money, you can buy the book again. So in order to keep you from cheating that way, the mod actually takes it out of the pawn shop and moves it here. And I'm going to go ahead and read that for a free dot. Oh, I need a research skill of at least 3? Well, crap. Don't have the points for that, but I'll hang on to it for when I can.
Check. Is this thing recording? God, I hate these things. Anyway, the McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found where he's been hiding, and I saw some really creepy stuff down there. There was no sign of McGee. I'm gonna follow up on another lead I got too. I updated the files on the computer. This is Carson signing off. Man, that sounds stupid.
You got to come back here later if you want what's in this. There's just no way you're going to open it this early in the game. Lock picking skill below lock difficulty of 8. Even with blood boost, I can only pick locks up to level 3. Don't forget the key to the tattoo parlor. It's on top of the TV. McGee is hiding in the tattoo parlor in Santa Monica. Now then. Still can't. 4 should be enough. How much is it saying I need? Oh, there we go. Read that, and now we got a dot in firearms free of charge. And now I can turn auto level on and let it do its thing. Yes?
Hello? Might I speak with Mr. McGee?
No. Can you solve the mystery of missing McGee?
Well, I'm not sure. I had an appointment with him a few days ago, but he never seemed to show up. Do you know when he'll return?
I also seek missing McGee.
You are? Isn't that a coincidence? Why are you looking for him?
I hunt bounties, and he is my prey.
I see.
Let us meet on this McGee-ish mystery.
I'd be delighted to. Why don't you come down to my office and we'll talk about it?
Where is this devilish dwelling?
I'm at the end of Main Street, small basement studio. The sign says Gimbel's Prosthetics. Just ring the buzzer and I'll let you in.
I look forward to buzzing your basement.
Very good. And might I say that you have the most colourful way of saying things. Very interesting dissection of the language. Well, anyway, speak with you soon.
I color the world with the hues of my madness. Farewell. Now we'll head down to the beach.
I've seen a lot of shocking things in my time on the force, but that pier, that's the kind of thing that makes you lose your faith in humanity.
I gotta say, it's the second worst thing I've ever seen.
Poor bastard down there is torn in two. By the looks of it, you think someone tied him to 2 horses and raced them in opposite directions. What could you have possibly seen that was worse than what's down there?
It was about 3 years ago. Found this guy on the beach. Looked like, I don't know,
Shark bite?
God, seen shark bites or something different. Whatever, you know. Head was missing, and there were these huge splashes. But
bullshit.
No. Guy was literally slashed to ribbons. Waiting for the meat wagon. Something was watching me. I swear on my badge today or something.
That one sounds like a werewolf attack. You weren't seeing things. The blood bank and the clinic sell the guy who runs the blood bank at the clinic will sell bags of blood to vampires.
Up there, through that chain link gate and up those stairs.
Ah, the demons who broke the fleet-footed god.
Those men you are looking for.
You see the twisted strings of my tomorrows. Speak more.
Never mind. You wouldn't understand.
May the moon light your twisted path, Shadow Seer. Farewell. Come over here and grab that wooden stake. It'll be important later. Of course, I'm going to lose a point of humanity for what I'm going to do, but... Oh, and by the way, that is one of the things that the makers of this mod did, is they made humanity work more like it actually does in the game. That is to say, you have a hierarchy of sins, and in the original game, humanity never dropped below 3. It literally couldn't drop below 3. In the mod, it can, and if it ever drops to 0, it's a non-standard game over, because they kill you because there's nothing, because you're basically just an animal at that point. Coming in here to trigger another. Step up to the great King Neptune to hear your fortune. What? No cookie. Follow your path to find old, wiser demons that have slipped away from their hub. Older? Wiser? Demons are but dandy stories for children and fools. Never mind that. Follow your path to the jungle of concrete squares and find the smiling demon in the sky. He will point you the way to go. You must fulfill your destiny, whatever it happens to be. Aren't you supposed to clear that up for me? I'd like to talk to your supervisor. And the reason that particular one was not voiced is because that's cut content that was added back in. Oh, and you notice the games? You've got Rampage there, Call of Duty there, Pitfall there, River Raid there. Well, they're all games from Activision. I guess they couldn't resist a little self-promotion. And then you walk up to that to update the Carnival of Death. And now we can come talk to these guys.
Listen, it's like I've told you types about 1,000 times now. We know we can't hunt round here, alright? We're minding our own business. No reason to hassle the weaklings.
Have you seen bat-wielding beach demons?
You got a mighty strange way of saying things, mate. But if you be looking for those nasty-looking blokes always stomping through here, you should try up there through the chain link gate.
Tell me the tale of this thin little group.
You mean you ain't here to run us off?
No, but a pity to be trapped within invisible walls.
We're getting pretty sick of it. Someone's sighting domain, or in the worst cases, hunting us for sport.
Who is the hunter and why?
Dunno. We all seem to have come down with the same disease. Oh, hell, who am I kidding? We're a bad horror show, alright? And we seem to be the runts, the mistakes. You types call us thin bloods. I say we're all equally screwed.
Tell me of the thin blood.
I'm damned if I know. Well, I know you don't want to be one. You seem to be in the lead. You tell me.
Opaque are my thoughts also. How was this curse laid upon you?
I'd just come to town for the surf tourney. Seems like years ago, but it's, well, been about 6 months now. Every night during the finals, I used to hit the local diner after the beach parties fizzled out in the AM. That's where I met her.
The flower girl.
She had a natural beauty. Not like all the plastic dolls littering the sand. Her name was Lily. I remember introducing myself, the way she seemed grateful for the company. Well, a few nights after our meeting, we were on the beach alone and...
Tell me your tale, little sickling.
She tried to tell me what she was, but I didn't understand. And so she showed me. I was furious with her when I took it all in. I cursed her and left, never really knowing what I was. Well, I realise now how she must have felt. So here I am now, a mystery to myself.
Is your flower dead?
Clinically, yes. But honestly, I don't know. I suppose I'd have moved on by now if I didn't think she'd show up one of these nights. There's a lot I've got left to say to her.
Where does the thin blood flow for you all?
Aye. Most of them just recently arrived in LA. Got chased off by the Sabbath or some such thing from their home cities. They're more in the dark than I am. They're a good bunch, but well, they've been through a lot. It's affected them.
We're all children of the night, bloodthirsty
That's
and damned.
what Lily tried to tell me. But what I don't understand are the rules, and the terms, and the reasons some of them are at our throats claiming we're harbingers of the apocalypse. That's what I want to know.
Perhaps I can delve the mysteries of your thin
I
blood.
hope you had better luck than I did. No one's been particularly friendly to me in this city. Only reason we're in Santa Monica is because we haven't been chased out yet.
Secrets hidden from you may show themselves to me.
Oh, we'd appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, name's E. The black-haired beauty over there's Rosa. Sees the future, so she says. That nervous bloke is Copper. And the one who can't speak so well's Julius. Kid's gloves with them. They've had it rough.
Where might I find thin little secrets?
Seems no one will talk about it. This all started that night in the diner. Maybe you could start there.
My shadow darkens other domains. Farewell.
Evening.
Have you seen a pack of bat-wielding beach demons?
I don't know. Talk to E. Guy without a shirt.
Between D and F, I travel.
Do you know who the head vampire is?
He walks among us playing his ancient game.
Huh? You mean he's around here? Where? And what game is he playing? I really need to find him.
Why do you seek the Dark Father?
If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right?
Now here's where I deliberately lose a point of humanity, because I want the money he's offering. You need only the holy stake.
Okay, but first I had another question. How about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right?
You can transfuse the blood of a one-horned horse.
Unicorn blood?
We are walking myths.
I'll buy it. I'm gonna go get some money. Come back in a little while.
I may also produce some special rubber to bring your teeth down.
Shh.
Now, you can't talk to him again right now, but later when you talk to him, that steak you found... Funny thing is, you found it lying right there on the beach, but he doesn't know any different. You can sell him that, and you can sell him up to 3 packs of blood, and that's like $460. So essentially, I'm sacrificing a point of humanity for essentially a lot of money. Now to take on these guys and get the Astrolite and Mercurio's money. Well, one of them thought they heard something.
What the? Dude, who the hell turned off the power? I was about to unlock shit.
Fix the lights, damn it.
You turn on the power.
Fix the lights,
Get
Al. Get the lights or I'll shove that control up your ass, Al.
All right, man.
Which scary part? No, I haven't done that yet.
Al, get the lights. Al, pick up the pizza. Clean up the bloodstains, Al. Shit, I need to hire an assistant or something. Goddamn lights. I look like an
No, we're not at the point of going to the hotel yet. If I really wanted to be chintzy, I could go back to the pawn shop, sell my baseball bat, come back here, get another baseball bat off of one of these goons, go back to the pawn shop. I don't have to do that, but boy, it's one way of getting more money at the start. Anyone to see me do this? Oh.
Where you going, man?
I thought there was no one gonna see me, but someone either heard or saw that. Oh well. What? You mean I didn't keep... Oh, dear. Pick up that car stereo. Apparently, he really did give that... No, he didn't. Okay. I was just hitting the wrong key. I thought he had given back the Colt. Which, in the original game, he does. He does give it back to he does give it back to Jack. There's the Astrolite. Instant 2 XP. Take the money. But yeah, like I said, if you really want to do the running back and forth and you're stealthy enough to do it, you can go to the pawn shop and like sell your baseball bat and sell your tire iron. Come back and get these. Go sell the baseball bat because there's one more. Come back up here and just keep selling the extras. It's one way to get a little extra starting cash. Don't really have to, but you can do that if you're willing to take the time to do it. Now let's see. Oh good, I can talk to him again. And I am going to have to regularly delete all the autosaves. The game engine that it's based on has a lot of autosave points in it. And you end up with a lot of this.
You have any of those items you mentioned?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I have the blood of the magical stallion. How much do you desire?
I'll buy as much as you've got.
3 bags of magic for $360.
I think I have enough for the procedure now. Thanks for the blood.
A start, but the heart of the Dark Father will free us all. 100 smackers for freedom.
Yeah, here you go. Now where can I find the head vampire?
LaCroix lives in a mansion in the
You
sky.
won't have to live like this anymore. I'm going to kill the head vampire.
You think he stands a chance against the sheriff? Hence the lost humanity, because you basically just tricked him into going and getting himself killed. But for $460, yeah, I'll take that. Now we're going to go a few places. Dude, the front desk guard is Chunk. I think he can get past Chunk. Well, maybe. I don't know. Chunk sleeps on the job sometimes. Maybe if he times it right.
The bones of your ancestors will rise up and reclaim the flesh that they lent their sorry progeny.
Oh, let's see. Oh, that's right. I was going to go to the diner.
Soulless pandemic. There's no hiding.
Not a bad diner, really.
What'll it be?
I see a pale girl in my mind. Have you seen the pale girl too? Oh, wait. By the way, hold on. Let me save again real quick, because I want to be sure I say the right thing. You can extort a little money out of her. In the air, spoiled scent. On the floor, rodent pellets. You sell filth here?
You're the health inspector.
I'm putting that sass in my report, too.
You know, at least the last health inspector had the decency to make it clear when he was asking for a bribe. Here's $50. I get to live the dream for another exciting month. Yay.
I must seek other opportunities for my corruption. Farewell.
What'll it be?
I see a pale girl in my mind. Have you seen the pale girl, too?
Is that a trick question?
Thin blood. Do you know these words?
Thin blood. Sounds familiar. Is that one of those tropical diseases?
From where did the words thin blood enter your brain?
I know I've heard that before.
The pale, pretty flower girl muttered them, perhaps?
Oh, that girl. Nice girl. First decent human being I've seen in here for years. Not like all the junkies and crazies I normally see. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, weird. She left a tip, but she didn't order a thing. Yeah, she looked so hungry, too. Just sat there all night with a full glass of water in front of her, talking about this and that. She seemed lonely, a little scared, so I let her stay in the booth until we closed. She left some stuff here. You seem to know her. Why don't you give it back to her if you run into her?
Yes, our paths may cross. And not one question about why the quote-unquote health inspector has a nipple ring, tunnels in his ears, and is going shirtless. Oh, wait. Rolf Toten. Yeah, I know, but still.
Hello, LA. You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you? Hope you've slipped into something comfortable.
Come back here. SZ.
If you're new to town,
Toten R. Bond written 8/22/03. Immigration. Case number 663321. Bond amount $15,000. Type of bond collateral. Car red. Lightning Bird 77. California plate Gaikoni. Notes: go back to Germania, pal. We don't take the euro in these parts.
Hi, Deb. This is
Vigo? So, Vigo, why are you up so late?
I'm working a late shift here at the yacht club.
How many boats do you own, Vigo?
Currently outstanding bonds. I don't want to know why it's called Muddy.
I used to do a little yachting myself. What brand of yacht do you have?
You probably wouldn't know the brand. I bought them in Italy.
Ah, la Italia bella. Parlate italiano?
Arthur, your father from Mom. Arthur, your father wanted me to write you to tell you that he has a boil 3 inches across. You really need to come visit and see this thing. Love, Mom.
Is tonight a rerun? Yep. Caller number 3. What's keeping you up?
Time of judgment gets closer every second!
Yeah, and it's the crazies like that guy on the street corner that actually are right.
You want a jaywalking ticket?
This seems to be a woman's diary. 4/30/03. I met a guy today at the asylum. He's so beautiful, oh my god. His name is Rolf and he's from Germany. European men are just so classy compared to boring California boys. He asked to see me tomorrow night. I wonder if he's rich. He looks rich. I'm going to go shopping tomorrow and pick up something that won't make me look like a big fat pig. Can't wait to see him. May 21st. I think it's getting serious with Rolf. He told me he wanted to give me something very special next week, and if it's what I think it is, it's about damn time. I thought Europeans were supposed to be less uptight about this sort of thing. June 6th. I woke up at 9 p.m. today. That would be strange in itself, except I don't remember going to sleep last night. In fact, I don't remember anything since last Saturday night when Rolf was over. July 10th. I woke up late again. I haven't eaten anything in 4 days. I don't know what's wrong with me. June 11th. Rolf came over last night. He said the reason I hadn't eaten anything was because I needed blood. He said it was all I could eat now, that I wouldn't feel hungry anymore if I drank some. He had a bag of it from the local blood bank. I tried to refuse, but I couldn't. What's happening to me? July 26th. Rolf said he's going to have to leave soon. He said people are trying to force him out of the country. He didn't say anything about taking me with him. August 22nd. I had to bail Rolf out of jail today. He was arrested because his visa expired. He looked frightened. I'm afraid he's going to leave. December 7th. I haven't seen or heard from Rolf since the night I bailed him out. I don't know what to do. I thought he cared about me. Why did he do this to me? April 15th, 2004. I talked to this guy I met in the Surfside until 5 this morning. When I told him I had to go, I felt like Cinderella. He seemed like a prince. April 16th. I met that guy from the Surfside again. He has no idea what I am. April 24th. I bought E, the guy from the Surfside, back to my apartment last night. He said he's going back to Australia in a few days now that the tournament's coming to an end. I don't want him to leave. I've never felt this way about someone before, not even Rolf. April 25th. E kissed me last night and I couldn't stop myself from biting into his neck. I drank too much and I gave him my blood to save him. When I explained it all to him, he said he never wanted to see me again. What have I done? May 8th. I haven't been able to feed since that night with E. I'm afraid of what will happen. I remember Rolf bought blood from the blood bank. Maybe if I can sneak in, I can grab a few bags and get out before anyone catches me. We're going to be hitting several quests at once on this one. That's what I've been doing, is I've been stacking all the quests in the blood bank so I don't have to go back.
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
Yeah. For 1 blood point, you'll be seeing me beyond sight. First stop.
Please, get a doctor.
The broken will be mended.
My insides. It hurts so bad. Can someone call my grandma, please?
Don't go before I rescue you, little morsel. Taste my blood and become mine. Now you do get humanity for this, although personally I think you ought to also be slapped with a Masquerade violation, because, correct me if I'm wrong, because it has been years since I've read Vampire the Masquerade, aren't you supposed to get permission before you even create a ghoul?
You... Who are you? Oh, what did you do? What did you do to me?
I am a simple worker, a hospital healer.
No, you did something. I can feel it. It's fixing me. I kissed your wrist. What did you do?
Some things are best forgotten. Wash me from your mind.
I feel like I know you. Like you've always been here.
Now, if you answer number 2, it sets off an alarm and the police will come after you. So just, leave. Then come over here to Dr. Malcolm, or Dr. Malcolm's office. Blood buff. Pick the lock. Oh, it's below the difficulty of 4. We can take care of that. Put it out into security. And now do it again before the blood buff wears off. Woo! Just in time. Three bottles of morphine on his desk, two of which you can sell. One of which goes to Mercurio. Get into his email account.
Can't see. Where have my eyes gone to?
Subject tonight from P. Benice at smmcmail.vtm. Malcolm, are you free tonight? I thought you could swing by my apartment after your shift. You do still make house calls, don't you, Doctor? I have something that needs to be checked out. Paige. Subject, Ray thinks she's suspicious. From P. Benice again. Do I really have to ask twice? We don't have to do anything if you don't want, but I really do need some help studying for my anatomy test. Please? Same subject. Guess I'll see you around 5. I'm really glad you finally decided to come over, and if you should want me to show my appreciation, you just have to ask. Subject, on your way home, from Trina at Sol.vtm, obviously his wife. Malcolm, do you think you'll be able to get a day off next week? My mother's coming into town on Thursday. I bought a new mattress and some new curtains for the guest room. And do you think you could pick up some donuts and orange juice on the way home for breakfast?
Dr. Bussman's cell, the operator. Dr. Bussman's cell, the operator.
Of course, one of his passwords is Hippocrates. This is the girl that we just healed. Diagnosis, ruptured organs, lacerations, internal bleeding. And this is Arthur Kilpatrick.
And the moon is melting.
Diagnosis, severe tinea infections compounded by untreated herpes simplex 2. Translation, he's got an STD. Surprise, surprise. Diagnosis, frequent bouts of sexlexia. And M. Barber, chronic marboperitis, which is not a real thing, by the way. Uncurable, because it's not a real thing, by the way. Pop into room 4 for a pill bottle, which can be sold at the pawn shop. Administrative office to pick up the computers book. Computers for Grandma. To begin, put the foot pedal on the desk and push the power button on the metal box. This is the house for your friend computer Chip, the enchanted electronic pixie that can do 4.8 billion calculations per second. Wow, that's fast, Chip. Do you see an image on the magical computer window? Reading this will boost your computer knowledge. So that puts my computers up at 2 without having to spend the XP for it. How appropriate that Phil Phlebotomus...
The moon is melting.
Yeah, Phil Phlebotomus is a loyal employee and a hard worker, but seems to have various digestive tract abnormalities, which, unfortunately, result in increased rate of flatulence. The smell of these phenomena is nothing short of horrendous. It seems we may have to do something about them. Gosh, sounds like me after eating broccoli. Dr. Bill has worked as this clinic's internal wrangler since 1999. Malcolm St. Martin is our night shift senior physician. Has never lost a patient. No one can succeed like Dr. Roberts.
And the moon is melting.
Thornton K. Several malpractice suits filed against him for unnecessary gynecology. Must be all those sexlexia victims. Suggest termination. Dyruger, one of those would be my mother. She had no interest in learning about computers whatsoever. Personally, I think she was just kind of afraid that if she hit the wrong key on the keyboard, she'd start World War III or something. And then of course, there was the ATM card that she had, which she only tried to use once. She put her ATM card in the machine, punched in her PIN number, invalid PIN. Please enter your PIN number. So, she tried a different number. Invalid PIN. Please enter your PIN number. And I'm like, Mom, I thought you used your birth date as your PIN number. I did, but I lied about my age and I forgot what year I used. This is the point at which I did a double facepalm, so... A little help from Fred Dingo. Hey, Danny, I could use a little help down here. Can you go up to Controlled Substances for some morphine? I'm pretty busy right now. Thanks. F-Dog. Subject. Ray, yo mama, from Fred Dingo. No, it's not for my personal use, you bastard. I didn't know they were out upstairs. Maybe you can get some in Malcolm's office. By the way, your mother wears combat boots. Ray, Amnesia, from Fred Dingo. Oh shit, that's cold, but I'll make sure to knock before I go in. I'd hate to catch him in the middle of a pelvic examination. And by the way, tell your mom to stop calling me. But the important thing is over here in room 3. Hello, Dr. Malcolm.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions.
Are you the doctor who likes to play doctor with his nurses?
Get out of here. Can't you see I'm with a patient?
Your malpracticings will interest your wife.
Are you trying to blackmail me? You don't know who my wife is. She wouldn't believe you. Now get out.
Perhaps Trina and Paige should trade doctor stories.
Wait now. What do you want?
$75.
But I'm in the middle of something. I'll have to drop it off later. Now never speak to me about that again.
Drop my simoleons over the place of pawns. Farewell. Bingo, another $75 added to my list.
Can't see. Where have my eyes gone to?
Oh, that's right. I think you have to slip in from upstairs. Well... how much money do I have? $850? I think I'll slip out and see if I can find... I don't have the persuasion to talk him down. Yet. Now if I go in there later I can. If you follow the auto level scheme and just leave auto level on, eventually your persuasion hits 8 or 9 out of a possible 10. So have you crossed the dark river, Mercury? I have some numb juice.
Oh, holy Christ, I needed that.
I got the boom boom.
Yeah? Did you waste those sons of bitches?
I sent them to the other side.
Good. Great. Hope it was painful. Did you get my money back?
Here's your gold, Mercury.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. I might have to buy some new kidneys with this.
Where do my Astrolite is fun, no?
That Astrolite? Twice as powerful as TNT. Instant demolition. Be on the other side of the world when you engage that timer. You need to make someplace disappear. A warehouse. Looks to be a Sabbat interest.
Who tells me where is the House of Wares?
There's a guy. I never met him, but I heard a lot about him. His name is Tongue. Bertram Tongue. He's one of you types. If there's anyone who knows more than me about this city, it's him. Unfortunately, Tongue's hiding out at the moment.
The worm hides in turbid liquids.
Tongue's laying low because of Therese. Therese Vorman, you know her? Anyway, word is Therese and Tongue are feuding. I don't know the details. Mike takes that Tongue thinks he's about to get whacked, so he's gone underground till Therese calls it off. If you want to put that warehouse into orbit anytime soon, you're gonna have to get Therese to call off the feud.
Where is the dark daughter of Janice?
She and her sister Jeanette, they run the asylum. Some freaky customers frequent that place. I try not to do business there.
What can you tell me of the dark daughter of Janice?
She's the woman around here. Power player. Nice looking broad for a dead chick, but personality like stone.
I need you to paint me a picture of someone. Janice's white daughter.
Therese I don't like, but I can respect her. Jeanette's different. I don't know what to make of her. She's a little, you know, in the head. I don't know. Therese is, well, like you. And I would think so's Jeanette. But I hear rumors about her.
What whispers?
All right. Jeanette got a body built for bedrooms. And I got close acquaintances says they conquered that territory. But I asked the main man, and he says you types, you know, can't or don't or do that kind of thing. Anyway, whatever she is, I hear Jeanette's a wild girl.
Paint me a picture of someone. The woman is Black
I don't know
Bath.
myself. I'd like to meet the guy. Kind of a local legend. He and Therese seem to be contenders for this city. He's crafty, smart guy. I haven't heard anything bad about him.
Tell me of the lady and her places.
Specifically?
Tell me more of the blood.
Right. You're straight off the bus.
Oh, that's right. Same one. Some other questions about the city by the sea.
Who exactly? What's to tell? I can get anything anyone wants at any time. Could say it's my calling. Till the astrolite. Wasn't anything I couldn't handle. Well, back east some shit went down. Big Apple can't go back. I hate LA, but what are you gonna do?
I need some boomsticks.
Guns? Guy named Trip up the street. He keeps a few pieces under the table, but he doesn't sell to anybody. Doesn't have a license. I'll give him a call. He'll sell to you. It's the least I can do.
I left before my mouth stopped moving. Now to stop off in Tripp's pawn shop.
Hey.
What?
How's it going? You, looking to buy or sell or...
No wonder he's called Trip. He acts like he's on one. The voices tell me that you have a boomstick with my name on it.
Oh, damn it. Who told you that?
The fleet-footed god.
Fleet-footed? What the hell are you spewing about, dude?
Mercury, messenger of the gods.
You mean Mercurio?
Mercury who whispered in my ear, yes.
Huh? What are you smoking? More importantly, where can I get some? Look, I can't have people talking about this, you know? I'm not exactly properly licensed, and these weapons aren't precisely legal.
On a Trip, confirmed. I do as you command, Death Dealer.
Now, I appreciate your business, and I'll sell to you, but don't tell anyone else, okay? Keep your nose clean.
My head is moving up and down, isn't it?
All right. Come take a look, then.
Okay. So, sell him the watch, $16. Sell him the estrogen bottles. That's another $10. Silver ring, $22. Car stereo, $28. Morphine bottles, $66. Could buy more ammo, don't need to. They always will sell you ammo for the guns that you currently have. So, like, if you find an Ithaca shotgun, it'll start selling you shotgun shells here. Or at any of the other places where you can get weapons. And he's got a knife, but why bother? Melee is not this character's forte. I just wanted to stop in and get the cash. $19.69 for discovering the password. Freezer 1 is at minus 10 Celsius, Freezer 2 is at minus 12 Celsius, and Freezer 3 is at minus 2 Celsius. Oh. Yeah. I'm not going to bother that doctor yet. You'll be coming to the morgue later.
Dr. Sod, dial the operator, please. Dr. Sod, dial the operator. Dr. Bethune, dial the operator. Dr. Bethune, dial the operator.
As you can see, there's nothing in here yet, but later you'll be coming in here. Abobo G. Wound suggests subject was beaten to death with a baseball bat. The doctors I know would abbreviate that as RTTBBB, rat-a-tat-tat with a baseball bat. Subject apparently died of indeterminate causes. Subject's body contained only 1 pint of blood. Foul play suspected. No kidding. So she was several quarts short at the blood bank. Severely beaten to death. Something about the way this one looked made me want to lock it in the freezer. Subject apparently choked to death on ham and or cheese. But you can't mess with any of the bodies in the morgue right now. It's just something you can do. And one of these, hey, what do you know, has a password and a lever. And hey, Flower Girl.
Hunger. I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood.
Ah, a lost
Let me
little
go.
sickling flower.
It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling. Never felt like this before. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
Who are you, little sickling chick?
Let me go.
I will free you from this fox's den, little flower.
Huh? Oh. Huh?
You don't look well at all.
Oh, sweet mother of God!
That was the doctor I didn't disturb earlier.
The heat. It's never been so satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop, and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me?
You wore the mask of the beast.
What is that? Why couldn't I stop myself? Why did it feel so right?
You are not the darkness you wear.
I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but I killed a man. I have to get out of here.
Are you the beautiful sickling flower?
Flower? My name's Lily, if that's what you mean.
And there's the example of the Malkavian insight. That's why you've been calling her Flower Girl all this time. You are the flower of he that comes before F and G.
E? You know E? How do you know E?
You and he are connected by strands of thin blood.
I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most.
Continue weaving the tale.
Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave E. He forced me out of his life. I should go. I have to get out of here. Maybe out of the city. Soon.
Seek out your thin-blooded lover.
Doesn't hate me anymore?
He misses your dark bloomings.
I'll go see him. Thank you.
The path is treacherous, as is love.
Oh, about tonight, what I did? Please, don't tell E. It's not my fault. I couldn't control it. I've never done anything like this before. I'm no killer.
This secret dies here between us. Farewell. And of course, we encounter Phil. I said we encounter Phil. There we go. It wasn't letting me move for a second there.
Why'd you have to go and let that bitch out? There's one less Phil in the world now. Why'd you have to let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more!
Oh, really?
What were we laughing about?
The price of the red nectar you were about to sell me. Of course, I'm not going to buy any, but he does sell both regular blood and quote-unquote blue blood, which is just the blood, which is just high-quality blood. A regular blood pack restores 3 blood points. A blue blood pack restores 5. And an Elder's blood pack restores all of it. But instead of doing that, I'm going to drop down here into the sewers and see if I can't find a few rats. Because he really needs blood right now, excuse me. Okay, a lot of rats actually. Maybe so, but it saves me from having to find willing donors up on the surface and avoids a Masquerade violation. Also avoids getting bits of scarf stuck in your teeth. There's where I would go later for the hospital. but mostly I was looking for enough blood to prevent frenzying. And since I'm right over here next to Gimbel's prosthetics...
Yes? May I help you?
Which of my personalities are you asking? No. The Limb Lord.
Right. I'll buzz you in.
No two buzzes are the same.
Hello! Welcome to Gimbel's Prosthetics and Medical Supplies. You're here about the missing Mr. McGee, am I right?
Yes, tell me your name, Limb Lord.
Yes, forgive me. My name is Gimbel. Stanley Gimbel. But, oh dear, let us dispense with formalities. You can call me Stan.
Let us speak of them. Tell me of your life, Limb Lord.
Me? Oh, I'm just trying to make things a little easier for those who find themselves disadvantaged. Giving a helping hand, you might say. A leg up. Bloody clever, that one.
And what of your own lopped off limb?
Oh, you mean the arm. Yes, that's an interesting story, if you've got the time for one.
Let us speak of the mysterious McGee.
Right. Mr. McGee. Well, as I told you, he was supposed to show up a few days ago for a photography session. Reference for my work, that kind of thing.
But McGee didn't show up for his mugshot?
No, he didn't. Earlier, I had asked him to take a few pictures of himself for my perusal. A sort of resume, you might say. And that was the last I'd heard of him.
What about Carson, hunter of bounties?
Carson? No. I don't think so, anyway. Oh, look. I know I've got some information on Mr. McGee back in my files. Do you want me to try and dig it up?
Dig for this treasure, Limb Lord.
Don't mention it. Just wait here a moment, and I'll be right along.
A moment is a slice of eternity. Farewell.
Oh, you have such beautiful arms. I absolutely must have them.
No. Fortunately, you can follow him. And he was being literal when he said he absolutely must have your arms, just so you know. Free blood pack, which I might as well use. Kind of makes you wonder what he's up to, doesn't it?
Huh? Oh, hey, help! You gotta get me out of here, man. This guy's a freaking nut job. Who,
Gimbel?
Yeah, Gimbel. That guy's been taking pieces off of me and McGee over here for the last 3 days. He's crazy, man. Freaking crazy.
Now, how do I open this curious cage?
Freeze.
Sorry, Gimbal, I'm not letting you kill me with your own severed arm.
Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. I'm telling you, I've been on some weird cases, but this one takes the cake.
Here's Johnny.
Ha ha ha, that's funny. Cut it with the Carson jokes, will ya? In case you didn't notice, this ain't exactly the Tonight Show down here.
Kilpatrick, the Keymaster, sent me.
He did? Oh man, that's solid. I owe that guy big. I hope I can figure out a way to get him back for this.
He has more bounties for you to hunt.
What? Oh no, man. No, not for me anymore. Look at my hand. Gimbal took my trigger finger for a trophy. I'm all through with this business. I hate to leave Arthur in a lurch, but that's just the way it is.
I shall tell him this troubling truth. Farewell.
Thanks again. Don't worry, I'll take care of old Stumpy here.
Get the black ones for the red one when you return. And, well, you can see there's not much left of old McGee. Or whoever that was. And yes, now I'm carrying Gimbal's severed arm. Which I'll probably drop off in the chest later, because if you take a look... Baseball bat, damage potential 12. McGee's arm, damage potential 8. It's really not worth that much. And I'm way short on blood again. But before I go hunting some more rats, and there's usually a human back here somewhere in these alleys. Yep, here he comes to piss on the wall again. Well, maybe he comes to piss on the wall again. Either way, as long as no one's watching. Oh, someone was watching. Oh well, there's plenty of chances for a Masquerade redemption later.
Hello, LA. You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you?
What's shaking?
I found the hunter, but he'll not come back to hunt bounties.
What? Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back?
His itchy finger is a crazy trophy.
Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger. Well, hell, that really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good.
Maybe I can hunt a bounty for you, Keymaster.
I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job?
I need some green for my diggings.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here you are.
Many thanks, my Jello junkie. And about the other little bounty?
Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what.
You want to see if he still casts a shadow on the Lady of the Sea?
Yeah, no body attachment or nothing. Just find out if he's here or where he went. I'll pay you. Deal?
No bounties will be safe from me. Tonight, I go on the hunt.
Great, all right. The guy's name is Mike Durbin. Goes by the name Muddy. His girlfriend put up for his bond. She lives over there above Tripp's pawn shop. Her name is Marion Murrieta, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
What dark footprints has he left in Sherwood's Merc?
Well, he was brought up on manslaughter charges years back, but he got acquitted. Since then, he's been in and out for this and that, small-time stuff mostly.
Why are you wanting his bounty?
Most recently, he was brought in as part of a big case on stolen auto parts. It's this big chop shop thing that's going on in Santa Monica. Been in the paper.
I will go to the place of pawns.
That's right. Mary Ann Murrieta, in them crappy places above the pawn shop. Find out where the hell money is, where is he going, whatever. But be careful. You're not licensed, and if anything bad goes down, I don't know you. You hear me?
At least one of my selves has heard you.
All right. Come back when you got some info. Thanks in advance.
I will wander until the words wiggle into my wigwam. Farewell.
Purgatory! Soon it will wash over and carry you all to the damnation sea! These streets...
Oh wait, I don't need to go back in there yet. Where I need to go is back here. $75 from the doctor. And there's the key into her apartment. Peepin', a voyeur's field guide. Peeping's not just for lonely perverted losers anymore. In fact, at least 3 psychologists say it's a healthy form of sexual expression. Every good voyeur needs to develop a sneaking game. Get used to crouching and evenly distributing the weight as you walk. Stick to shadows and behind cover. You'll be taping titties in no time. This book raises your stealth skill. And now I have stealth 2 instead of stealth 1.
Hey, Mayor, it's Mike. Look, I gotta hit downtown for a few days, maybe longer. If Reno calls, tell him to meet me down there. We got something to discuss, apparently. I'll be at Milton's place in the Skyline Lofts 2A. Sorry, baby. I'll explain everything later.
And that's all that's really here. There's nothing of any value in here other than that book and that tape. But while I'm here, I can cross over into my apartment. From LaCroix. It has come to our attention that a sample of werewolf blood has made it into the hands of the local tabloid, and they've sent it on to the clinic in Santa Monica for testing. The responsible party has been dealt with, most painfully I can assure you, but for obvious reasons we can't have anyone testing the blood. Please retrieve the blood sample from the clinic and leave it in your mailbox. You will be compensated accordingly. And thus, we start the next quest. Now, back down into the sewers for more rats. Because they do respawn. You just gotta find them. Of course, there's a much quicker way to refill your blood pool. But it would be cheating, and I don't want to do that, although I will show you how to do it. It's simple. Blood 15. That'll refill your pool completely. It's also kind of a hint that whoever your sire was 7th generation and you're 8th generation, because otherwise you wouldn't have that many blood points. Got to go back into the hospital again. The difference is this time we're going upstairs. Lockpicking that lock, which I could have done without using the blood buff, unfortunately. Be right back. Got to take my medication. Okay, I'm back. Now my humanity's at 10, and I've lost one Masquerade violation. If your humanity drops, there is a secret way to get it back that has not been removed by the mod. And I'll show you that later. Let's get... I hate to use blood buff again, but I need to get in here before that guard gets back. No, get... There we go. Yeah, that's the fast way down. But where I want to go is over here to this side. Controlled substances camera enabled for your security. Hold on. And you see, auto level just gave me Auspex 2 and Obfuscate 2. That was the next thing on its list. It has a very specific list, depending on clan.
This area is for hospital staff.
I am a keyring. Feed me, then you can't see me.
You can let yourself out.
Much thanks. Hey, Jason, can you reset Malcolm's password for me? He wants it set to Panacea. Maintenance room key. Camera. Camera 1. Controlled substances camera. Prescription storage camera disabled. It enables the other cameras when you do that. So the thing is, prescription storage is not where you need to go. It's controlled substances, so Got the werewolf blood. Two XP, and the cop didn't start shooting at me. That's always important. Come back here to the thing again. Put the werewolf blood in. Leave. Remember I was talking about Masquerade redemptions? That's one of them. And get that $150 out. I'm up to 1,167. The Undead Rockefeller. And I could have had even more money in my wallet if I had chosen to blackmail Lily by threatening to tell E, but I didn't really want to do that. And another $250 if I hadn't chosen to return Mercurio's money to him. But again, didn't want to do that. Okay, I think there's only 4 rats in this sewer. Yeah, that's one of the things. Okay. Then I'm going to do something that's a little bit cheap, but it works. Come to the pawn shop.
Thanks for coming back.
What a wondrous shop of cast-off goods this is.
Thanks. You, new to Santa Monica?
I have never before seen the Lady by the Sea. The lady and I are old companions. It's a surprise that you and I are not.
It's not a big surprise. We get you faces through here night after night. Used to be more tourists, but now, I don't know, man. It's more like drifters.
Why do these transient souls float here?
Beats me. Santa Monica is dead. I don't know why anyone comes out here anymore.
Yet more death while the shadow-cloaked killer runs free.
It's freaking me out, to be honest. I'm open all night and Santa Monica police don't rank amongst the nation's most worthy.
What of the shadow-cloaked killer?
Oh, I don't know. I heard earlier someone at the pier got ripped up like that poor bastard in Long Beach the other day.
I have heard tales of the deed.
I'll tell you, crazy stuff happens all the time, and it's like we just get used to it, you know, just going our way, do-do-do. But this, I don't know, these killings are chilling.
Hide in your own shadows, Death Trip. Now to the Armor Yourself, Death Trip.
So, did you need anything in particular, or...
Show me some boomsticks.
All right. Come and take a look then.
See, we've got that tire iron in the back of the car. Screw it. $8 is $8. And I could buy another 6 rounds for the 38 with that $8. But that's what I'm getting at. If you know where a weapon is and you know it's always going to be there, go to the nearest pawn shop or Fat Larry's or whatever, then go pick and sell that particular weapon. Like in this case, the tire iron, and then go back and pick up the other one. It may not be much money unless you have a high finance skill, but at least it's money. Let's check the log. Let's see. Jump in the bell. Yeah, that's coming up. Go talk to E. Yep. Need to close out this little werewolf blood side quest by going and checking my computer. And that'll close it out and move it into the completed list. Your assistance was much appreciated in regards to the werewolf blood. Please find your payment in the mailbox if you haven't already done so. And there it goes. Bloody Mess has been moved over there. Now let's go talk to E. And yeah, like I said, they're supposed to have changed the way that humanity works. The mods changed it. In the old game, you just got humanity for doing good deeds and lost humanity for doing evil deeds, and humanity couldn't fall below 3. But they changed it so it worked. So it's supposed to work more like it does in the rules. I'm not convinced, but I will give you an example of it. Later on in the game, you find out that a vampire has been leaking information to the humans, which is normally punishable by death. When you confront him, if your humanity is high enough, and I'm not sure how high it has to be, but if your humanity is high enough, he offers to leave the city and never come back, and you can let him go. If your humanity is 4 or lower, that's not even an option for you. Your only option is to kill him. On the other hand, you don't lose humanity for killing him, because he's supposed to die. For what he's done, you know. And your reward depends on what action you take. If you let him go, you gain humanity. If you kill him, you don't. If you kill him, you gain a Masquerade redemption. If you don't kill him, you gain humanity.
You brought my Lily back. She told me all about what happened. I don't know why you helped us, but your blood's worth bottling. I'll never let her go again. Thank you.
Keep your flower pinned next to your heart. I could tell him about the guy she killed, but I told her I wouldn't.
We're going to be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous here. Rosa told us something big's about to happen, and I don't want to be here when the jack comes out of the box. Take that for what you will.
He has already exited his box, but has not yet scared his children. I am gone.
Hi. This life's been hard on him, both of us, but he forgives me. We're leaving soon. I have some family with a place out in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. It should be okay for us to stay out there, as long as we're together.
Take what is yours from me, please.
Thank you.
Let love live in the undead. Farewell. And by that, I was referring to the purse that was in my inventory and that photo that she had. So that takes all of that out. And now to start on the main quest of stopping this feud that Jeanette has with Tongue.
Ooh, what do we have here? Another scrumptious young plaything straight out of life and into my club? You smell new, little boy, like fabric softener dew on freshly mowed astroturf. I'm not frightening you, am I, duckling?
I see before me a beauty who shares the madness of my mind.
Oh my, a Malkavian. This ought to be absolutely delicious. Two minds as crazy as ours, and who knows just what might happen.
Greetings, daughter of Janus.
Oh, but you've got it bad, little boy. Not sure exactly what is real and what isn't? Janus, let's see. Isn't that a two-faced Roman god? Of course, you're right. You just happened to meet the prettier face first.
You are the whiteness, she of alabaster and ivory.
Wait until Therese hears that. I am white to her black. She'll be absolutely furious. Of course, I won't be wearing white to any weddings, but we could talk about that later.
Tell me your name, daughter of Janus.
I'm the finger down your spine when all the lights are out. I'm the name on all the men's room walls. When I pout, the whole world tries to make me smile. And everyone always wants to know who is that girl.
Tell me your name.
I am Jeanette. And this bit of chaos crammed in a certifiable giggle is my club. I just love to give you funny feelings all night, sweetheart, but I really must trouble with some business. We'll reunite sweet and soon, I promise.
Until our shattered selves once again collide.
Get something for you, Chief?
I seek the daughters of Janus.
Janus? What the hell are you talking about? Damn, why do I always get the weird ones?
Weird will be the place I move your nose. Nah, the sisters spawned of the two-headed god.
Like the only sisters around here are Therese and Jeanette. They own the place. They're both upstairs fighting as usual. Why do you need to see them?
Therese said she needed another ale monkey.
What? Are you serious? I'm working on this here. Now she's replacing me? Well, take the elevator over there and tell her she can kiss my ass. I'm out.
I'll cry 80 proof tears for you. Goodbye. Of course, he doesn't leave. He's still there for the rest of the game. Pick up that gold ring because it's worth money.
Your city? Last time I looked, it was called Santa Monica, not stuck-up bitch. So vulgar. I can't even look at you sometimes. Oh, Therese, you really do paint a flattering portrait of me with your turn-of-the-century barge. I always assumed you could do nothing but look down on me. Just the sight of you. The sight of that wicked, painted house, concealing that dirty, diseased mind. sin. You have no sin. Let's see who is without sin past the fierce tone. Go ahead and mock me. You pull your pranks, make fun of my ways. It suits you. You're just one big joke. Don't you call me that. Should I start calling a duck a pig again? I'm your sister. How can you treat me like this? That's it, you know. Run away from the truth. I'll take care of everything, as always.
And it finally unlocks.
Please, come in. I do apologize for my sister's crassness if it made you uncomfortable. She's unabashedly scandalous, but in the club business, I suppose that kind of personality's a necessary evil.
Are you Therese, the dark daughter of Janus?
Therese Vorman, yes. I'm the proprietor of this club, and the only person in this city whose good side it's in your best interest to stay on. What brings you to Santa Monica?
Call off your conflict with the worm,
Tongue's
Darkwing.
exile is self-imposed, I assure you. But then, what reason would I have not to hate that loathsome Nosferatu scoundrel? Bloody Nosferatu. They're so unclean.
I don't want to meddle with your madness. Just make a wormy peace.
I'd be willing to put the word out that my grievances with Tongue have been swept under the rug, but in return, you'll have to help me remove a particularly burdensome spirit from a property I'm looking to invest in.
Speak your quest, Darkwing.
Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost's may be used to draw it out or excise it from its haunt. While I don't put a lot of stock in hearsay, it's my last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back.
If you will give word to the worm that he is not wanted, I will go.
Oh, I fully intend to do so. You'll find that dealing with me on the whole is appreciably more predictable than dealing with some of the egomaniacs that are my peers. So long as our business doesn't go sour, my word is gold.
Then I am off to the house on the ocean.
Before I forget, take this. The only way to reach the Ocean House this time of night is through a tunnel in the sewers. You'll need that key to open the gate for that tunnel.
I will do what needs to be done, Darkwing.
If you'll excuse me, I've got situations to set straight.
Then I am off to the house on the ocean. And of course, if you want, you can use the computer here. Taking it underground from Bertram. I'll be hiding out until your sister calms down. Let her know I pose no threat and have her contact me when all is well. Friday night from Mikey. Hey, what are you doing Friday night? I was thinking about stopping by the club. Maybe we can do some dancing? Yeah, dancing in the sheets, I imagine. Subject, Santa Monica is my city, from Therese Vorman. You dirty little slut, how dare you meddle in the affairs of my city, and with that disgusting Nosferatu, no less. Mikey at yahooligan.vtm. Bertram at shreknet.vtm. Arthur has his number. Jeff, Sarah, and Jack. Keeps her little black book on her computer. Can't use hers until later. Presumably when she's not in the same room with it. Now, I will tell you, like I said, there is a way to get lost humanity back that does not require a quest. It's kind of hidden, but it is there. And what you do, there's at least one place in each section of the city where you can do this. All you got to do is find a dance floor. Like, say, this one. and then watch them dance for 5 full minutes. Boom, 1 point of humanity. However, it only works once at each of the dance clubs. So if you dance at the asylum and get humanity that way, it won't work at the asylum again, not in the same playthrough. So be careful not to waste that, because that's 4 humanity points. In my other playthrough that I'm using as a test bed, why am I going this way? I don't need to do that. Well, I can. The sewer entrance is somewhere around here. But in my other playthrough, she dropped to humanity 4, and I had to use 3 of them to get my humanity back up to 7. Of course, right now his humanity is 10, so I don't have any need to waste him like that. Grab some mice while I'm, well, rats, while I'm here. Not going to get my blood supply completely full, but I don't need it completely full. I just wanted more than what I had. Come over here, grab the key to the door. And of course, the Hellcat started up and tried to push the trailer with you in it. Something doesn't want you to be here. Oh, no. I leave that to the Postal guy. In the game Postal 2, where you can use cats as a silencer. Don't want to know where the barrel of that gun goes. And they're only good for 10 shots. Before they go flying off like a rocket. Ocean House fire, source of inferno, still a mystery to officials. And I would be lying if I didn't admit that the first time I played this, oh, let's see, I would have been, I would have been 30-something at the time. I'd be lying if I didn't admit that it scared me. Family missing. Fire department searches Ocean House for remains. Yeah, I would imagine it would be. Grand opening. Santa Monica celebrates the new Ocean House Hotel. Boy, he's throwing everything and the kitchen sink at me. And yes, you can get killed that way. And of course there's no one there. difficulty 8. Only a very dedicated character can get into that. The entire point is to come in here and read this paper. Hotel Hell. Child severed head found in hotel laundry room. And then the door slowly creaks open on its own. And you go back this way. And that gets you the key to the boiler room. Which is, of course, over here. Start up the generators, which immediately start blowing out rivets. But it triggers this elevator to come to your floor. Another body. Police say second child was chopped up like firewood. Oh, come on. Bloody collision detection on this thing. If it detects a collision, they immediately start closing. I'm going to guess that's Daddy on the left. And the little toy gets pushed out of the room. Drop down in here. Murder-suicide. Ocean House killer possibly responsible for Inferno. Grab the diary. This is the charred remains of what looks like a diary. Just arrived here at the Ocean House. We have a week-long holiday here in Santa Monica, and Ed booked us a room for the hotel's grand opening. It's a wonderful place, almost magical. The children have been swimming all afternoon. The first 2 days have been almost perfect, except that Ed can't seem to stop asking about the locket I received from my mother. He seems to think it was sent to me by some other admirer. Ed can be sweet, but sometimes his jealousy can get the better of him. Hopefully he'll feel better tomorrow. Sun is out today, not a cloud in the sky. Ed seems a little on edge, keeps guessing as to who my new boyfriend is. Silly Ed. There was a picnic for the hotel guests this morning, quite a grand affair. Ed is in a dark mood. I don't know what I can do to reassure him that he is my one and only love. The only time he seemed to brighten up was when he was speaking to the groundskeeper. Boys and their tools. We only have 2 days left, and thank God we're finally going home. Ed won't speak to me or the children, and I found him more than once in the bathroom holding the locket and staring at it. I'm afraid he suffered some sort of breakdown. I've told him we can go home, but he just shakes his head. He won't look at me. I want to go home. Ed left early this morning, and I haven't seen him since. If I haven't seen him in another hour, I'm going to call the hotel manager. Against my better wishes, Ed Jr. went to look for him downstairs in the basement. I'm going to send Tiffany down to fetch him if... Wait. Someone is knocking at the door. Oh my God, Ed covered in blood. Coming to kill me. I locked myself in the bathroom. He's gone crazy. He keeps shouting, we'll be together forever, and he'll never let me go. Someone please help. The writing trails off the end of the page. Yeah, and when he starts coming, get your butt over in the corner of the room and crouch. Make yourself a small target. Because eventually something gets thrown this way with enough force to break down the door and you can get the hell out. Yeah, you got it. That will crush you if you're not already in the little niche there. This is something else that the mod maker moved. This was in one of the apartments originally. But, biography of 1930s circus performer Scarlett the Perforated Lady Torkelson, best known as the assistant to Shaky Silman Freddy, the notorious epileptic knife thrower. This book raises your dodge talent. Read it. Stats increase. Now I have a free dot and dodge without paying 3 points for it. Murders unsolved. Mother or father could have been Ocean House Killer. No, it was definitely dear old Dad. If the door doesn't have a handle on it, you can't open it, which basically means most of these rooms you can't go into. But in case you're wondering, that book is where the Weekapog Thistle used to be. The Weekapog Thistle adds +1 to your combat defense, but so does that book.
They're coming.
Remember to crouch right here. That steam will hurt you. Like that. Grab the pendant. Drop down. Grab his fire axe that he used. Step out here onto the second floor and get the Hades out of the hotel. You'll be going in there later, too. Megahertz computing. I'm not going to take the risk. Besides, I only need 1 blood point. Back to Jeanette's office, and oh, look who it is.
Not even a knock? I could have been undressing, and who knows what I would have had to do to you. You're here to see Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria, aren't you?
I stole this from a spirit from the Dark Daughter.
Ooh, can I see it?
Only for the eyes of your
not
sister.
Just some silly doll, you know. All my life, my sisters made me out to be a joke. She told you I was an embarrassment, didn't she? That I couldn't tie my shoes, let alone hold on to something for her. Is that it?
You stole the words from my head.
She's always belittling me. She's the smart one. She's the favorite. She's the successful one. Well, it's not fair. I'm not a fool. This club's success is just as much my doing as it is hers.
Your sobbings are driving me crazy. Crazier. Take it and be silent. Nope. My heart is open, but your hand will not contain your desire.
Do you understand what it's like to have your own flesh and blood ripping you apart on a daily basis for 2 lifetimes? Can you?
Forgiveness, White Daughter, but this is for the other only.
Fine. You hold on to it. Since you were so willing to brave that big spooky place for my darling sister, how about doing a teensy tiny favor for little troubled me?
What deed do you propose?
Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city, and we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
It's the worm I need to see.
I thought we went over this. Therese isn't here. Until he hears it from her, Bertram's like a windshield in the deep blue sea. Invisible.
My ears are open.
I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet.
I don't steal the offerings
It's not
of
what you
innocence.
think. Every pretty penny dropped in that box is going right into some other kindred's purse. You'd be crooking from a dirty steal.
If these paintings go under the blade, you free
I'm
the
sure
worm?
Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long.
No canvas will escape my
Oh,
blade.
and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
Now we get to deal with Chunk. Who apparently just decided to go on a walk to the front door. Oh, really? Okay, Chunk. Okay, asshole. Shit. Would you let me out? Would you kindly let me out of this alley? Thank you. Thanks. So bloody annoying. It's like, hi, I can't get out. Without using no clip. Which would be fine if I were stuck in the scenery or something, but I'm not going to do a damn thing about it. But how did you get from over there to over here that quickly? And while I'm here, let's go on a really quick autosave purge. Because I don't want to have to filter through dozens of autosaves to find the one I want. Don't really need that one anymore either.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you are committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in.
Your mind will shatter on the hollowness of your life.
No, it can't be. I'm useless. I'm completely useless.
Flowing fat will ferment your furrows. And then you can walk in through the front door. I forget which clan it is, but there's another clan that can convince him that he's a frog And he goes hopping off. Okay. Cain slays Abel. Cain cursed by God. Cain means Lilith. Cain spurns Lilith. Now to go deal with the two sisters together, sometimes known as Tourette. Now you have the option. You'll see what's going on. You have the option of going with one or the other, or trying to convince them both to live together. But this character does not have a persuasion high enough to convince them to live together. So it's going to be one or the other.
You. What were you thinking? The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Or wait, it's when you return later. Okay.
Shut up. I thought I could control my... Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tung's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
I have bought you the ghostly bauble and old words.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
Yes, the worm
There's
is wiggling.
only one problem. If Tung gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
How might this deed be done?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
This is more convoluted than my psyche. I will find her, and then we finish this.
I want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
That's used way more blood than I would prefer for this encounter. So, one more trip to suck on some rats before I go to the diner, because, well, I don't do a good Admiral Akbar impersonation, but it's a trap. So I'll either have to do some combat or use some disciplines to get out of there. In either case, I might need this blood. I just realized that his pants might be a little bit on the low-rise side too. But at least he doesn't have them down around his hips and everything between here and here is underwear. I hate that. I don't know who thought slouching was fun. In fact, it's one of those things, when I did some substitute teaching, I used to have my own solution for that. I reminded them that in prison, what that means is you're ready for butt sex. And I would tell them, like, okay, your pants belong up here around your waist, not down here. If you can't keep your pants up, you can borrow one of my belts. I have several of them up here. If that doesn't work, I have flesh-colored spackle. If that doesn't work, I have a staple gun. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Freeze, motherfucker!
Oh, that's a load of bull. Dude, put that away. I said, put that away. And before I go any further, Charisma 2 and Dementation 3.
Where you going, man?
Hello?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business.
She's crazy! Help!
Yes, but first, more healing. And more healing. And more rats. Go figure, the one time I was successful was the one time I ran out of bullets because they didn't come towards me. The first two times they died conveniently close to me, which is, 6 free bullets from picking up their guns. But since I couldn't pick up their guns without getting closer, I ran out of bullets. Goody. Note to self, spend some of that cash and actually buy some damn bullets. Now we'll go talk to Therese again. Or Tourette, as the case may be. Now I could, if I wanted to, increase my persuasion score, because I know it eventually gets you up to 4 charisma, and I might do that just because in the early game it's kind of important. And it's going to do 1 charisma anyway. And it will eventually increase my scholarship to 3. So I'm going to do that, get my persuasion rating up to 6. That might be enough.
You stay out of this! To think anyone would risk their life for this filthy, tainted waste of blood. This will just make it easier to kill both of you.
Help! Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear!
Shut up, Jeanette! I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you? Isn't it
What strange
obvious?
fate was false?
I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
Please continue, Ivory Goddess.
Had his way with you, and he didn't have to force you. You went limp and became his plaything. Do you think I didn't hear it? Night after night? Always the obedient daughter until... Shut up. Just shut up!
Go on, Ivory
Would you
Princess.
like to tell the story? She makes herself out to be the virgin queen of the night, pious as a nun, stable as the Earth's orbit. But it's all an act, isn't it? I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
Does the Dark Daughter speak truth, White
She's
Mistress?
a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
Yes, the Dark One called down the Reaper on me.
Therese will never let you live. You've disappointed her. I used you, yes, but I didn't try to have you killed. Therese has no problem with killing, do you? Remember Father? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
What of Janus, White Mistress?
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
I don't believe your hollow words,
As you
White
shouldn't.
Daughter.
I'm afraid, sister, I must write your ending in this family's saga. And I want you to know I do so with great anguish and disappointment. I had such hopes that you'd change for the better with my guidance. But so, sweet sister, is this how it has to end? I admit I always knew this night might come. Well, any message you want me to give Father? An apology? A love letter?
Give me the boomstick.
I should turn this on you next, but I won't. Without Jeanette's assistance. Tongue, you're no threat. I'll call off the feud if that will get you out of my city.
This is acceptable. Okay. Wasn't able to convince them to live together, so I guess that I didn't have
Tongue's
enough
hiding
persuasion.
out in an abandoned oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him that one condition of a truce is that he help you. Our business, then, is finally complete. What you witnessed here, not a word to anyone.
I understand. I am gone. Well, you either get 6 XP or... Well, you either get 5 XP or 6 XP. Or, well, you used to. I think they've changed that to 3 or 4 in the mod. And then, of course, I get the +1 for getting 3 or more XP. So I got 4 XP out of that. Could have gotten 5 if I'd talked him into cooperating.
Every second takes us closer to the time of judgment.
Look who finally made it. Thought you'd never find me, huh?
It festered in your brain that I looked for you?
I've gotten good at knowing when I am wanted.
Nasty dude.
Nasty dude? Hey, I may not be a looker, kid, but you better start showing some respect, 'cause I could squash you like a freaking bug if my panties get all bunched up. You got it?
No, your nastiness was shown to me by the little golden ghoul.
Oh shit, I'm Alcavian. And you ran into Knox, too? You guys must have had quite a conversation. Not a working brain cell between the two of you. Oh well.
Bertram Tongue, the nasty dude.
The one and only. But don't bother with the introductions, fledgling. I know who you are.
Then you know more than I do.
News travels down the Kindred grapevine like wildfire. And that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel. And you in the middle. How interesting.
And survive I did.
Oh, you did you? Well, I wasn't worried. So why did you need to find me? What did you need?
I seek a strange house of wares, oh nasty dude.
Oh, never mind. The warehouse, though. I've been watching the place. The Sabbat has a bunch of low-life humans working day and night to move stuff through there. There's some major staging going on.
Only the warm bloods infest the House of Wares?
As far as I can tell. The humans seem to know the score from the way they've been talking. I think most of them have aspirations of joining the next graduating class of shovelheads. Ugh, losers.
Do they know their Dark Masters?
Yeah. The Sabbat like everyone to know just who they're dealing with. So if you get in there and have to bust a few heads, don't feel bad. Think of it as upholding the Masquerade.
Can you bring me there with shoes of air and feathers?
Yes, I can. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll leave. Once you're there, however, you're on your own. You'll have to get into the place and plant the explosives in the middle office to take the whole structure down.
My pockets desire things they do not have.
All right, I guess. Come back when you're ready to go. But don't be too long, fledgling. This isn't really something we planned around your schedule.
I am no longer here. First things first is I only have 11 bullets for that gun. So I'm going to go back to the pawn shop and buy a few more, but I'm not going to max them out because there's quite a lot of bullets to be had at the station. Seems odd to only drain 1 point of blood off a guy, but I don't need more than that. At least not until I have the artifact that lets me store up to 10 blood points in it.
Thanks for coming back.
How much gold for your goods?
Here's what we got today.
Well, for starters, let's sell that ring. 33 bucks. Oh, let's see what I got. 1,208 bucks. Yeah, I think I can afford to buy a few rounds of 38. Oh, let's see. There we go. That ought to be enough. 59 rounds, especially with all the revolvers and crates of ammo around the warehouse.
Ancestors will rise up and reclaim the flesh that they lent their sorry progeny.
But, having said that, there's only about 13 minutes left before we hit the 4-hour mark. So, delete saved game, delete saved game, delete saved game, save game, And that is where I'm going to end it for the night and start off the next one with the warehouse mission. So, if you're new and you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. And have a great rest of your day.